I'm not saying that it is a bad pick. It's not. It makes a lot of sense. It's good, actually, if you think about it. But it still is a weak link. What I'm trying to say is, if they see through what HGZ's rotation will be and shut him down from the get-go, yeah, I think that SUNSPARKS will avert the potential doom. That being said, I think this is a much closer game as compared to game number 1, as SGD Omega have already showed us their guns, and they will be back to what works.
And it's interesting, we're seeing another iteration of Popol and Koopa here with the Purify, and at the same time the High and Dry being locked in. And it looks like we saw an attempt of what SUNSPARKS were trying to do. We saw now Hayes actually tried to steal that orange buff, but looks like we're going to get a first blood already and going to be a trade kill. He's going to be chasing after a flash, that ejector is perfect, and they are able to secure the kill. That's going to be 2 kills already in favor of SGD, and SUNSPARKS now still trying to secure their boss, but SGD now here for the invade. They are able to secure their on their link, so no worries there for SUNSPARKS, but definitely SGD trying to do what SUNSPARKS did in game number 1. But right now SUNSPARKS reading through that, since they did run it, they were like, you know what, we know how to counter and stay safe against that, but Heath definitely not safe right now as he gets taken out by members of SUNSPARKS, and we get a quick pause. And based on what you've been seeing, are the movements of our teams right now, and how has it led to what we've seen so far?
Steal the blue buff, and I think that is the bigger problem that they had to face. And now this game, man, Creed as well as Raflesia, they're just so good at controlling. I mean, this is the championship Khufra, man. I'm just so amazed how masterful Raflesia is with this hero.
And like, this guy's a hero of mine as well. Like, if Raflesia's hero is Khufra, mine is Raflesia, man. Like, as a pain, how this guy plays the Khufra is just to behold. Hayes right now using the power of nature to try to send SUNSPARKS back, but that caused for a split, leaving Toshi's Khufra just desperately out there in the open. Hayes dealing a lot of damage with power of try to finish off Hayes. They do, but he does find the safety of the tower. SGD meanwhile, good response here in the bottom lane, and when you see moments like these, it just goes to show just how well these teams move around because they're on the same page. That being said, they're not completely on the same page in terms of the resources because of the kill advantage, and they've just had the better control of the map so far. One of the key here for SUNSPARKS definitely is to just give Toshi a really hard time with that Popol and Koopa. Kilowash gonna cash out Hayes, forcing his power of nature once again to just get SUNSPARKS afraid so that he doesn't get chased. SUNSPARKS now trying to get a steal here on the orange buff.
Could be a clasher. That's a defensive ejector. Heath in trouble. He's just level 4 at this moment. But fortunately for SGD Omega, with all of the ultimates that they committed and all of the resources they did, there's good news. They were able to get their red buffs. So at least for the coming 2 minutes, HGZ will be happy. But will they be happy of what could entail from now? The turtle now being forced by SUNSPARKS. Nice Guardian's barrier, but Hayes taking so much damage. There's the takedown. Link takes him out. Turtle, who's gonna be the one to take it? It's the Link. Now onto the backlines. There's a Thaps in the corner and Inferno the kill on the Khufra. But the rest of SGD Omega, they have to run. Now in comes KLVJ. He will have to be stopped there. KLVJ might have overstepped his bounds. Able to run away. The damage from HGZ though. Drops the hammer. The claw. They will chase Kilowash, but JP is in town. Stops HGC from advancing and dodges some of the deadly poison stingers, but there's the ultimate. HGC. Now they bite. I think the panel was talking about this. The fangs of SGD Omega. Oh man, they hurt.
More burst damage back over and over again coming in. HGC. Jesus. What is happening right now? And I do want to point out here that Hellcrit pick, I personally liked it because in the past few days here in the MPL, we've seen just how game-changing Hellcrit pick has been. And I feel like in this lineup with that they're up against, they're going to be up against a Farsa and SUNSPARKS right now, they've been stacking up more frequently than I would like in their team fights. KLVJ, Kilowash, and Reflesha all getting really close and personal. Social distancing is the key right now, and GZ with those poison stingers, you don't want to do that, man. You're just gonna get bursted over and over again. That's what we've been seeing, and that's really not good. 3-1-3 already. You're gonna give 3 kills to a Hellcurt with a bounty hunter, man. You're just begging for trouble in the long run. However, SUNSPARKS still have control of the resources here. Their JP Sling has definitely not starving compared to the lane of SGD Omega earlier, so this is still anyone's ball game. This really depends on who wins the next team fight or who gets a crucial pickoff, which we might see here with Kilowash. They use Dark Knight Falls, but look at Reflesha, the tank, saving Kilowash, but Kilowash looks like he decided to stay and just help out Reflesha even. Is that enough time here for SUNSPARKS to turn this around? Here comes KLVJ with the assist. The damage coming in. SS are somehow turning this around, but they aren't able to secure a kill. SGD Omega, however, do secure a kill on Reflesha's Khufra.
Okay, that was really, really close. But I think SGD Omega are fine with the trade, and surely they committed a lot. The only thing that's bad from what happened is that they are so low that they had to concede this turtle buff. And SUNSPARKS says, okay, Reflesha, do your thing. I mean, you're 4 deaths right now, but in no way are you a feeder. Because what you're doing is so much valuable for the team. I mean, saving Kilowash then was the strongest man or the most farmed hero on the side of SUNSPARKS. Now, onto the buffs actually being secured by SUNSPARKS, but they will have to concede their middle turret. That's a trade that they are willing to give, and unfortunately for SUNSPARKS, it's not the most economical trade that they can have, but they'll take it anyways. Bottom lane, KLVJ is here. Not a chance, I think, to take down Kenji, especially when Kenji is tucked behind his turret so safely. So now SUNSPARKS, I think that it is safe to say that this is still anyone's ball game. It's looking good as a way for us to see game 3. As now this time, alright, Grid is here. KLVJ will not get the kill, however, Reptar.
And look at that patience with Dark Knight Falls coming in. Looks like they might be able to cash off KLVJ here. GZ decides against it, afraid and probably sensing that JP was there. JP does go in for the dive, but Hayes able to take him back. And of course, JP just playing it cautiously. Meanwhile, the middle lane, Toshi has to be careful. Khufra is there nearby. A good Tyrant's Revenge might just mess up this Popol and Koopa real badly, but he sends Koopa forward just to do a quick face check. And of course, Popol and Koopa getting back as well. We're seeing a lot of caution from both of these two teams, both just trying to see who's gonna bite first. Looks like no one's biting just yet. Let's see if they are gonna finally see it. JP gets caught out. SGD Omega trying to go in for a finish. Kilowash really tanky, still somehow surviving through all of that, not even using Codrant Inferno. So once again, another stalemate, still anyone's game. Team just waiting to see for that perfect opportunity. That bite coming in from Koopa, the dog's chasing it, but Hayes takes a lot of damage, and the perfect positioning there for Reflesha stopping SGD in their tracks, thinking twice about moving forward. And with this turtle here, we might see either a steal or a big clash with the two fighters there in the bot lane.
They jump in for Reflesha, but that's not the most optimal way. And I think Reed is actually doing a great job with the Farsa. Still only dying once, and his further airstrikes usage are actually so safe, but the Grock, why is he there? That's the question. On the right side, now there's Kilowash, Kenji in the middle, the SGD Omega far too separated, what the jump from Reflesha, catching on to 3. He will try to punish him under the turret. Actually, Hellcurt is not able to survive. Tams will take him down onto the backlines. That's KLVJ with the lead, going for Toshi, and they take him down long range melee attack. I can't believe I just said that, but that's exactly what happened in there.
A long-range melee attack. And that is what, I guess that's a good way to see what some of the heroes that SUNSPARKS brought to the table here can do. And I feel like this is a lot of the control that SUNSPARKS has been able to muster away from SGD Omega is coming from Reflesha's play right now. Yes, he has 4 deaths, but I feel like that pickup using attack and defense in this kind of lineup was a really great decision, just to get a little bit more damage that you can get out of that Khufra, and that's been messing up SGD Omega a great deal. And right now, it's SGD Omega from what was an even ball game. They're now on the back foot. They go in for the steal of that orange buff. SGD Omega getting got out here, but it looks like it's JP who dove in a little bit too deep using that Tyrant, using that last insanity. Speaking of getting caught out, Reflesha trying to get that perfect set with the Tyrant's Rage, not able to get it. He does get taken out. Hayes now on the run. Oh my goodness, what was supposed to be a kill on Greed was Greed using Wings by Wings. Able to get out of there. A good save there by SUNSPARKS though, keeping Greed alive. SGD Omega have to feel really happy though about what just transpired, because now they have a bit of advantage here in the Lord pit. Hayes is just going back to recall real quick. If they can get a kill on Kilowatt here, the Lord is going to be secured for them, definitely, for sure. Koopa goes in for the stun and the bite, but still not enough bite from that dog. Too much bark because they aren't able to take out Kilowatt. SGD Omega now have positional advantage over this Lord pit.
This game just keeps on giving, right? I mean, SUNSPARKS had a clear victory, but SGD Omega says, okay. These guys are always trying to take our reds and our blues. But SUNSPARKS, I mean, they were successful in game number 1. This time, though, SGD Omega learned their lesson. Kilowatt immediately pops the counter in Inferno, the first sign of trouble. That means that he will survive this even when SGD Omega started the attack. Finally, will he fall? Still surviving for now, but the Hellguard from the backline's down for the count. Tams is next to go down, as well as the Ling. Raflisha with a very precarious flicker, but he will survive for now. Oh, as I say that, though, SGD Omega this separated this fight. Actually, they started it and it looked wonderful for SUNSPARKS, but they say, okay, we're gonna take the team fight and we will win it. I think SGD Omega capitalized on the fact that SUNSPARKS was far too separated from each other.
Yeah, they played that space mismatch off really well. Speaking of mismatch, Cho might be missed here, but he's still somehow getting away. Look at that, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee with a sticker. I use my sticker and I'm out of here. What a move there by Kill VJ. He's still alive. I thought he was done for. Dude, I gotta admit, like on my end, my stream lagged. That's how good Kill VJ's movement was. 1 second he was dead, 1 second he wasn't. Man, crazy,
now
crazy
you see
movements
me
there by that Cho.
Yeah, really. Imagine Allen Iverson crossed over them all. Right. Yeah. And he was able to get away with the basket. Nevertheless, that's gonna be, I think, the enhanced Lord at 12 minutes. SUNSPARKS leading by 5k. Really a substantial amount of lead. Raflisha attacking so much. Pops the ultimate just to survive this. Kenji that has got the ultimate. Will stick to the fire missiles this time. Thams, though, quite separated from his teammates. Already popped the ultimate. No, not yet. Still alive. He's actually tanking all of the PNK's damage like a boss, while KelVJ says, okay, do your thing there. I'm gonna do my thing here. This top lane is mine and mine alone, and able to take out the turret up top.
Looks like that was a bit of a bait play there coming in from SUNSPARKS. Yes, it was Reflesha who got caught out, but maybe they went in for the dive and tried to make it look like they were forcing a fight. Or they were actually trying to force a fight just so it gave enough room for KelVJ to push there in the top lane. SGD Omega, Kenji spotted it out actually, but he just spent so much time there in that fight that it just wasn't enough to defend that turret. And now that's going to make it harder for SGD Omega to make a comeback and take a control of this, because now they have to worry about the push in the top lane. Yes, it's not super minions just yet, but out of everyone in their line up, it's going to be Xborg. It's going to be Kenji, who's going to be on get back to the lane. Make sure you clean up the way so we don't get push duty. And that's going to be really hard for SGD Omega, because in that team fight, they are going to be highly dependent on that last insanity for the turnaround.
And speaking of depending on specific picks or specific skills, I think SGD Omega will put a lot of value now with the last insanity that they have to take care of Kiluash. Because this is the only way for them to take down Kiluash at this point. I mean, 13 minutes in, I'm sure there are more armor items for Kiluash now available, as well as damage. And Hilkert might not be able to take him down. Actually, I like that ejector play from Heath. You know, just pushing away Kiluash because, you know, he's the only one who can control him and he's able to run away. Could be a fight, though, in the middle. Heath with the ejector. In comes Kiluash. Pops the counter Inferno right at the get-go. Farsa's Feather Their Strike not quite on the mark. He will actually be forced by Haze and Kenji. It's gonna be the jump from Rafflesia, but only to take out the Wolf. With all the things that have been thrown in this clash, nobody's dying, as both teams will respect each other, Reptar.
Kenji taking a lot of damage, Fat Feathered Airstrike, but he doesn't have to worry. Just taking out the Faraga armor for just a bit, and that was a really big stalemate because of just where each member of each team was just approaching from and where they were spaced out. No one could find a perfect catch. Even a Rafflesia right now couldn't get a perfect catch on Heath there with that Tyrant's Revenge. But with SUNSPARKS starting this out and with it being mid-health, question is, will they reset this or will they continue? Looks like they're going for the reset because here comes SGD Omega. Kenji one-on-oneing with KelVJ there in the top lane. Let's see who's going to win that fight. But back here in the middle lane though, SGD once again gets brought out of the pit, and SUNSPARKS was like, okay, we're gonna try doing this again. Oh, no, we're good, yeah. We're not gonna stay here. Who's gonna stay here? We're leaving. But this is the big problem right now. Kenji just keeps getting forced back to the top lane, and honestly, even without the Joe, SUNSPARKS can win a 4v4 here, but there's a big poison stingers coming in from SGD Omega, but still somehow JP survives that, and now it's SGD Omega paying for it because the Feathered Airstrike has just wiped out the health of members of SGD Omega. They are still alive though, 4 members down. SUNSPARKS now on the chase. Jeezy getting a lot of damage. SUNSPARKS applying the pressure. Haze is there trying to find the perfect space to somehow stop the advance of SUNSPARKS. What a turnaround there by SUNSPARKS. Not a lot of casualties, but just enough to send SGD Omega running back and away from the Lord Pit as SUNSPARKS secure it.
SUNSPARKS may as well greet Rafflesia Happy Mother's Day because of how he took care of the rest of SUNSPARKS, man. Dude, JP had no right to survive that. He's dead to rights. But with the proper angle, he went through Haze and then back to knock up the Hellcurt as well as Toshi, and able to let JP live. And there he go again. They want to go for Kenji this time. Bouncing ball at GC trouble. JP chasing him down, takes him out. Hellcurt down for the count. It's Dark Knight Falls already popped, but it doesn't matter. Rafflesia once again to the backlines, catching 2, and they take out the second kill, make them the third as they eye for the base. SUNSPARKS, man, how can you stop this thing? The defending champions in championship form.